Last year, I was in a college and I was addressing a large group of students. And one of the students, she got up towards the end of it and she asked me this question. She asked me, Vishwas, what is the reason that you became a CEO at such a young age in your life? And that question actually kind of made me think through, okay, what was the real reason that I could do that? At the age of 27, I was the CEO for a multinational company. So what was that really that happened there? I started thinking about it. I took a brief pause, I thought about it, and then I replied. I told them that I became a CEO at the age of 27, not because I had some fancy degrees from a major B school. I've not done a business education myself. I'm an engineer. Or neither I was particularly good at, extremely good at a particular skill or something like that. Okay? That is not the reason at all. When I told this, there was a brief pause, like everybody's waiting, what I'm going to say next. And then I told them that the reason that I'm successful is because of my ability to stretch beyond my comfort zone. At every juncture in my life, I have done something that scared me, done something that that was really not expected out of me. I always was kind of like, restless. I wanted to do more, and I never let myself be comfortable. I kept pushing myself again and again. So if you ask me, what is that mantra for success for anybody, if you want to achieve something in life, is that you can never be too comfortable with yourself ever. That's what life is all about. You have to do more and more. That's what we are born to do. That's what you need to believe that you are born to do. So that is the key to success. So the real question now is that how is that you can be successful at a young age, and how is that you can get up there faster in a more efficient way you can do it. So I would like to conclude this episode by giving you like 5 or 6 points that are really critical. The number one thing that I believe that at the young age you need to do is to aim high. That is always the start of anything that is there. Okay, so aim high and always believe that you are special. Most of the people do not think that they are special. So that is something that you need to feel. You need to feel special from inside. You need to believe that you're born to do great things. And when that belief is there in your bones that you are here to do something great, that translates into action. So that is number one. Number two is it's all about experimenting. How do you know what you're good at? How do you know what you're passionate about? So if you don't experiment, if you don't be shameless, and if you don't care a damn about everybody else, it's going to be problematic. So let's look at like how did Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook, because he experimented. He liked the whole experiment that he did with Facebook in his college. So that's why he was successful. Had he gotten afraid, had he thought that, okay, what are people going to tell about me? What if I fail? All that stuff. He wouldn't have become a billionaire at 23 years of age, and now he's like one of the richest men's alive. So that is what it is all about. Experiment. That's critical. Number 3, it's about taking risks. Be a risk taker. So like I just said, once you identify, okay, what are you good at, you need to take the risks, and you need to take that leap of faith to start the journey towards your ambition. Most of the people, like 99% of the people in this world, they dream, but they never put it into action. So action is important. So that is what you need to focus on. Start doing stuff. Stop just talking about stuff. Be a doer, not just be like a talker. That's important. Be a doer. That's critical. So number 4th, the very critical thing is that you need to think out of the box all the time. You got to be street smart. You got to be more than just book smart. That is critical. So no matter what happens at the end of the day, you got to bring results. So be result oriented, be street smart, think out of the box. That is critical for the thing. So the 5th point, which is the most important point and the whole topic of this episode, that is be restless. Never be content, keep going forward. So you achieved a milestone, great, enjoy it, rejoice it, and then at that point in time, again, you start going to the next milestone. and start pushing your limits to the next level all the time. So that keeps you going towards your goal. So that brings us to the conclusion of this episode. And before you guys go, I just want to remind you of my book, Losing My Religion, which is a story of an entrepreneur who goes bankrupt at a very young age. And then it's about a story of how he meets an American hippie who is so completely different than him. He's not ambitious at all. He doesn't know what he wants to do in his life. And the two of them get along together and they go all across India. And the story is about how they bounce back in life. So it's a very entertaining and exciting story, but it is loosely based on my my life itself, like how I had gone bankrupt and how I could bounce back in my life. So I think it's a great read for you. So pick up this book from Amazon, Flipkart, any of the stores, and let me know how you find it.